Voila! In view, a humble vaudevillian veteran, cast vicariously as both victim and villain by the vicissitudes of fate. This visage, no mere veneer of vanity, is a vestige of the vox populi now vacant.
Today's video sponsor is GVG Mall, where using my SKG discount code leads to a 25% off across several products, making a Windows 10 serial key only $16. After the payment, you'll receive the key in your account, and all you need to do is to introduce it in your Windows settings, and bam! You have an activated system. Hello guys, Asian Gameplays, I'm Fabio Pisco, and welcome to my channel. So as for today's video, I have the video of the do not buy the Realme GT2 Pro. And I'm telling you this because I bought it, and in most scenarios I kind of regret it, and that's why I'm making this video. The Realme GT2 Pro had actually every possibility of being the best price-performance smartphone of 2022 and maybe even 2023 with some price cuts. And well, what happens is that the software messes it up because lack of support, like in most scenarios. And how do you ask? Locked 60 FPS gaming and some apps running at 60 Hz instead of 120 Hz. And well, you may say that is not important, but if you think about it, it is. We're talking about a 700 euros phone, and what's the point of having a Quad HD 120 Hz display and one of the most powerful mobile chips on the planet if you're not capable of fully using it, and mostly due to software. And I mean, even using the well-known SetEdit app to actually force 120 Hz across the board, you will still have some games decreasing to 60 Hz as soon as you stop pressing the display. This is most likely due to the display being LTPO 2.0, making even more stressful the fact that Realme just can't get shit done. And don't get me wrong, because all companies have problems, even more with recently released phones. The same happens and happened to Samsung and even to Apple, okay? It does happen. One thing is that Samsung and Apple fix the problems like right away after users complain. And that does not happen to Realme. In fact, I contacted them several times over Twitter, I contacted them with posts in Reddit, and they didn't even dignify us with a proper answer to this problem, to this common issue. And they didn't even care. I mean, you're buying a phone with a 120 Hz display, so you want it to run at 120 Hz, and even the cheaper phones have 120 Hz, and they game at 120 FPS, at least the lighter games, like for example Dragon Ball Legends. And in this case we have a top tier smartphone that will only run the games at 60 FPS, which makes absolutely no sense. And even some apps, like I told you before, for example the YouTube's Creator Studio, will run at 60 Hz. And that's a Realme problem because it doesn't, or at least they didn't optimize the software enough to know that the YouTube Creator Studio has to run at 120 Hz. Even if I force the display to the high smoothness, so to be at 120 Hz all the time, it will still reduce to 60 Hz when I go, for example, to YouTube Creator Studio or to Gmail, which makes absolutely no sense once again. And remember what I told you about companies like Samsung and actually Apple or even other companies actually fixing their problems, at least the deal-breaking problems, within weeks? Well, this issue of having the games locked at 60 FPS has been happening since Realme actually updated to Realme UI 2.0, and we're actually at 3.0 now. So the 1.0 was functioning properly, the 2.0 was not, and the 3.0 is still not functioning properly. And that's over a year ago. So they were working fine, and then they stopped working fine. Why? I don't know. And they didn't fix it, even with lots of users complaining about this issue. And you know what's even worse? Well, Realme, OnePlus and Oppo are owned by the same company, and that's why the UI from the three companies, from the three brands I mean, is very similar. Although OnePlus does have the option to let you choose in between 60 and 120 FPS gaming, while Realme phones don't, even though they both rock similar software and UIs. And the cherry on top of the cake, well, they even make the global version of the phone, the GT2 Pro, almost impossible to unlock and install custom ROMs on. So if you're not getting the Chinese version, you can't even unlock the bootloader and you can't even install a custom ROM. So they could just make the phone and not have support at all, but at least they could unlock the bootloader so you could install custom ROM. So you may want the phone for its hardware, and then you install a custom ROM to fit your needs. And they don't even let you do that, which is even worse. God damn it, Realme. And I'm really mad because, like I told you before, this smartphone had and has a huge potential in terms of price performance. So the smartphone is beautiful, the materials are really good, I really love the design of the smartphone, it is really awesome, and the feeling in your hand with that paper slash, I don't even know what it is, but just feels great in your hand. The display is amazing, Quad HD 120Hz LTPO 2.0, it is just amazing. Like I told you before, we have an amazing battery life, we have a powerful chip, we have a great display, the software design isn't that bad apart from these issues that are deal breaking, but taking that aside, it is pretty great. So we have a huge potential in this phone. The cameras aren't that bad as well, they are actually pretty nice. The connectivity, for example, the connectivity in terms of 5G, 4G and even Wi-Fi is very good because we have omnidirectional, how do we say antenna in English? Basically we have omnidirectional receivers and we get really good signal. We have signal, I think it's signal. We have a really good signal in terms of Wi-Fi, 4G, 3G and 5G. So this phone has very nice points, very nice good points. For example, in terms of temperatures, it will play very nice. The temperatures will be cool, the smartphone will be cool almost all the time. It charges really fast. We can go from 0 to 100% in like half an hour. So the smartphone is crazy good in terms of specs, but then they messed it up with software. So if you have a smartphone powerful enough to run 120Hz, but you can't run it at 120Hz because the brand just says you can't, it is not because the smartphone can't, it's just the brand telling you that you can't because their crappy software won't allow it. That's what's happening here, and that's why I'm so mad at Realme. And that's why I'm sending the smartphone back because, I mean, the smartphone has very nice points, like I told you before. I have the smartphone, I'm not kidding. I'm not here lying, just straight out lying, but I have the smartphone and like I told you, it is very nice. Even the fingerprint sensor is very good. So everything is good in this smartphone, but the software messes it up. So up your game, Realme. Just grab the game center from OnePlus, Oppo, whatever. Just give us the option to actually select in between 60 and 120 Hz gaming. And you need to fix your UI so it doesn't go down to 60 Hz on most apps like the YouTube's Creator Studio, okay? After that, then it will be a crazy good price performance smartphone. Till then, it's a big no for me. So guys, thanks a lot for watching. That's my opinion on this smartphone. So if you don't care about games, if you don't game, then this is the smartphone for you. The apps will run flawlessly, and I repeat, flawlessly. The smartphone is beautiful, the screen is beautiful, 1440p, so Quad HD at 120 Hz. The detail is crazy. The smartphone feels very good in the hands. I really love the back of this smartphone. It is really great. I mean, I love the design, I love the feeling it gives you when using it. It's very nice. So apart from the UI inconsistencies and apart from they not giving you the option to go to 120 Hz, this is a killer deal indeed. This is a killer deal. I mean, but for me, I just can't stand it because I want something to work. I guess I'm just used to Samsung's One UI where everything works. And when I say everything, I mean really everything works. I just put a game, it works. I don't even give a shit, okay? That's what I want on a smartphone. I want it to just go there and work. And that's why I'm so mad. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share this video. Leave your opinion in the comment section. Let me know what you think about my opinion on this topic. And see you in the next one. But for me, it is a no-buy.